I'll get it right here. Let's begin with a moment of evangelical garbage, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Randy White, the author of Evangelical Garbage, How Evangelicalism is Confused, Manipulative, and Downright Dangerous. And today we go to one of the areas in which I would say evangelicalism is confused. We look at this article from Baptist News Global, a left-of-center Baptist news organization. Motion will ask SBC, Southern Baptist Convention, to add Nicene Creed to the Baptist faith and message. When I first saw this, I thought this is Babylon B or something. This is not true. I read it and it's true. It's not only in the left of center. Well, I guess all the denominational Baptists are left of center, but well, let's just look at it. 4 Southern Baptist theologians and pastors intend to ask messengers at this year's Southern Baptist Convention annual meeting to adopt the Nicene Creed as part of the denomination's official faith statement. Now, let me say, they are not suggesting that the statement affirm the Nicene Creed. They're saying, take the Nicene Creed. What is it? We believe in God the Father, one holy Catholic Church, whatever, all that stuff. They're saying, put that in the Baptist faith and message. That becomes part of the Baptist faith and message. Again, that's very different. I would still be against it. It's very different than saying, we affirm the Nicene Creed and. It is, here is our statement of faith, the Nicene Creed. Now, I thought when I saw this, first of all, I think this has got to be fake news. And then when I see 4 Southern Baptist theologians and pastors, I thought, yeah, there are a couple of yahoos that are out to get in the news. But then I continued to read, and here it is. Let's see. These 4 names, I'll highlight them for you. Andrew Brown, pastor of First Baptist Church, Starkville, Mississippi. Okay, I don't know him. Stephen Lawrence, pastor of Leadership Development, which is one of those stupid things. There's no such biblical thing. But anyway, there is in modern pragmatism, evangelical garbage church growth. I'm the pastor of Leadership Development at the Two Cities Church in Winston-Salem. Now, Stephen Lawrence is one of, decent renown, I would say. Steve McKinnon, professor of theology and patristics at Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary. The only reason we ought to have a professor of patristics is to say, here's historical theology. That's what you ought to. It's historical theology. You want to learn what they learned and taught in the patristic period? Here it is. My guess is he's way too Catholic. He's decently well known in the Southern Baptist, and then probably the most well known, at least to me, is Malcolm Yarnell, research professor at Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary. Now, let me say, these are not yahoos. These are well-respected leadership within Southern Baptist. They are, I want to say they're not top tier, they're second tier, but the problem is the Southern Baptist Convention has no top tier. It's kind of like the Democratic Party. Who are you going to turn to? If you don't use Joe, what other yahoo are you going to go to? So the Southern Baptist Convention has no top tier. So I want to say these are not top tier leaders, but they're kind of right under there. That is, they're not, just down from the bend of the creek and said, hey, man, this would be fun. Let's do this. These are guys, 2 of them, who work for convention entities, convention seminaries, which is why don't even bother going to a Southern Baptist seminary. If you're thinking about it, quit thinking about it. Don't do it. Absolutely not. Now, they propose to add the Nicene Creed to the Baptist faith and message for the sake of doctrinal clarity and increased unity. Are you guys drunk? You think this is going to bring increased unity among Southern Baptists? You must be not only drunk, but smoking weed all day long if you think that's going to increase unity. Haven't you heard of Baptist history? Baptist heritage is no creed but the Bible. Even denominational Baptists, they are not creedal people. Weren't you around when the Baptist Faith and Message was updated in 2000 and there was such a great debate about whether or not it's making us become creedal people? Where have you been? Now you say, let's make the creed part of the non-creedal people. Unbelievably stupid. Unbelievably stupid. Now, they go on to say the Nicene Creed authoritatively articulates the primary doctrines of the Christian faith from the Christian scriptures. Absolutely not true. The Nicene Creed, and I write about this some in my book, Kingdoms of the Cross. The Nicene Creed was a government-produced creed in order to force unity upon the kingdom under the guise of Christianity. They declared it to be Orthodox Christianity, and it has done far more harm to the Christian faith than if we had no creed at all. The Christian faith would be far better off with no creed. Why? Because they would have studied the Bible rather than study the creed. Increased unity? Do you realize it was the Nicene Creed that was used to kill Baptists down through the centuries? And now you want the Baptists to adopt it? Again, I can't think of any word other than this is a special kind of stupid. Not only should it not be adopted by the Southern Baptist Convention, but it and those who bring it should be laughed out, and the trustees at these seminaries ought to say, goodbye, go be Catholic if you want to be Catholic. The Baptists, even the Southern Baptists, are not Catholic. Goes on to say, for 2 millennia, Christians have universally used the creed for both teaching and worship. Absolutely a lie, and they know it. Baptists have never, ever, for a single day, used that creed. Not once. They have rejected that creed. The only reason it could be called universal is because Constantine and Justinian and Isabella and, the others, the Roman popes, they would say, you're going to die if you don't recite this. You're going to die. We are going to kill you. We're going to take your property. We're going to take your money. We're going to take your life if you don't go by this. Don't study the Bible. You go by the creed, period. This is the governmental decree. What ridiculous garbage in every way. Goes on to say, the creed is a robust and indisputable summary of Orthodox Christian belief. I'll dispute it. I'll go through line by line and dispute it. It is not indisputable, and it's not really that robust. It's really rather simplistic. In the two most central and indispensable dogmas. Now, it's interesting that they add this. It's robust and indisputable in the two most central dogmas. Well, what about the other dogmas that are in there? Like a universal church, which is in there, and Southern Baptists believe in local church autonomy, not one holy Catholic Church. I'm not so dumb that I don't know the difference between a capital C and a lowercase c in Catholic and universal. But if the primacy is on the local church, not the universal church, then we don't believe in one holy universal church. We believe in a whole bunch of individual, autonomous local churches. So the two most central and indispensable dogmas, but we're going to put the whole thing in there regardless. God the Trinity and the Lord Jesus Christ. Now, even on this issue of God the Trinity, none of these professors can explain the Trinity adequately. And yet they say you must follow this Trinitarian formula that came from the government dictators. Baptists, if Baptists if they brought anything to the table at all other than stupidity, if they brought anything to the table at all, it was religious freedom. And yet here are two pastors, one pastor and one leadership guru, and two professors at Southern Baptist seminaries who say, let's take the creed, the Nicene Creed, let's make it our orthodox belief. That effectively makes the Baptist faith and message not a confessional statement, it is a creedal statement. Now, I think it is a creedal statement anyway, but this would certainly do it. Okay, you can go through the rest of the article there, but what a waste of time. Honestly, if you're Southern Baptists out there, you might say, oh, well, I'll better go to the Southern Baptist Convention and vote against this. Let me give you a better idea. Vote against it with your feet and your money. Don't go. It's a dead cause. It's a sinking ship. It is a theological mess. You're not going to fix it. There is not enough support in the people of the pews. The people in the pews honestly don't care. They don't give a warm bucket of spit for the Southern Baptist Convention. And you are not going to fix it by going there. Save your money. Go back home. Tell your church, let's not give to the Southern Baptist Convention, period. Not 10 cents let's give to the Southern Baptist Convention. Let's not participate. Let's just get out of it because it is a bucket of bunk. That, ladies and gentlemen, is today's moment of evangelical garbage. Of course,